Guys, Joseph the World here, and today, yet again, we are talking about another disgusting nonce. And this nonce is named David Lansdown or David Pick. I'm not sure which one he goes by these days, but that's the least of my worries right now. The disgusting man you see on your screen right now is probably one of the most reoffending nonsense I have ever seen on this. Probably, I think this one takes the crown in terms of how many times he's been caught and confronted, or obviously has been charged with this kind of thing. But yeah, David himself pretended to be an 18-year-old girl by the name of Charlotte and communicated with what he thought to be a 13-year-old girl. Luckily, it wasn't a 13-year-old girl, it was a predator hunting group known as the Geordie Chasers, who they arranged to meet in a car park, a Matalan car park, and confronted him with why he was trying to meet a minor, which it was pretty easy to see why he was trying to meet him. I mean, in the conversation, he encouraged them to send pictures between each other, obviously inappropriate ones. He sent pictures of his private parts and everything, sending fake pictures of a girl who he pretended to obviously be. It was mad. They confronted him. He was obviously arrested. I'm sorry if I'm not going in as much detail as I usually do, but it's because there's quite a bit to cover about this guy. Anyway, after he was arrested, he was jailed for 13 months for attempting to meet a child following, obviously, the grooming. He would also be placed on a sexual harm prevention order, but he was already on that before because he has had a lot of run-ins with having inappropriate pictures of minors and having conversations with other real minors on his Facebook before. After he was released and obviously everything happened, he tried to talk to another 13-year-old boy where he was going to meet up with what he thought to be a minor, but he was confronted in his house or at his home by the same predator hunting group, Geordie Hunters, and it was heard that he sent further pictures of his private parts to what he thought to be a younger person and confronted him with his lies, even though he kept denying it again. He didn't even recognise them because he got caught that much. Anyway, because of his previous offences, he was also found to have breached his sexual harm prevention order, which was imposed in 2018 by deleting most of the messages he had with Charlotte to try and obviously hide the evidence because he was going to appear in court then. And before any of this even took place, even before the first sting, he had a previous 47 previous convictions. And it's mad the fact that he could do that much. 47, keep that in mind. He had 47 previous evictions, and yet he's still somehow getting out years later and doing the same thing. It's just a repeat cycle of him not getting punished hard enough and then just getting away with it. Anyway, for the latest offence, which is obviously the second sting, he admitted to attempting to engage in sexual communication with a child and breaching the sexual harm prevention order and was jailed for 20 months. He was given a new indefinite sexual harm prevention order and must sign the sex offenders register for 10 years. And the reason he got off quite lightly, in my opinion, is because his judge, or defender, whatever, said that he suffers from physical and mental health issues which would make his time in prison harder. This might be one of the worst cases I've ever covered on this channel, basically because of how much he did, even before the 2 stings where he got arrested for him, for obviously engaging in a conversation with a minor and explicit as well. Honestly, this dude should be in fucking jail for life. I don't know, man. It's just ridiculous. And by the way, I don't know if I said this before or in this video so far, but the links to both stings will obviously be in the comment section. I'll obviously label them first sting and second sting, so you can go watch them whenever you feel like it, and if you even want to. But yeah, that's all the information or the latest information I have on this dude. He is a repeat offender that just continuously gets off the light. Honestly, like obviously, being on the sex offenders register and being on a sexual harm prevention order is obviously a good thing, but only minimal jail time is just honestly ridiculous. In my opinion, it's obviously not worked. It's not worked. The 49 other times he's been convicted of this stuff. He's had 47 convictions even before the two Nonce things, and he's probably going to even have further. But I'm not surprised if a year again I have to cover this video again, or cover this dude again in another video. Won't be surprised. Anyway, that's all I have left to share. And also, guys, I'm gonna start making some playthroughs, like on games. So if you guys have any games you want me to try and play, like a full playthrough of, leave some suggestions down if you are interested. And yeah, see you guys in a bit. Peace.